I haven't seen Evil Dead 2 yet. What would you think? I'd think that you're a cinematic idiot and I'd feel sorry for you. All right. Why? Because it's a brilliant film. It's so funny and violent and the soundtrack kicks fucking ass. I never thought I'd say this, but can I go work now?
Welcome everybody to What the Hell Did We Just Watch? I'm your host, Luis Vargas, and shit, I got a lot of people on my show. The most that I've ever had on this podcast. Let me see. 10. That's how long it took me to count that. 10. So let's just get the formalities. Starting from my left, who do I got with me?
It's Will. Another episode of What the Hell Did We Just Watch?
Woo!
Woo!
Keep it moving.
I'm back again. Old Town. I'm back.
Yeah. Old Town.
Y'all already know the God G Snappy. We out here. Yeah.
Welcome back, man.
Boy, I'm here.
Yeah,
ready
man.
to do this.
Choosing work over this damn show. What's wrong with you?
Gotta bring home the bacon, baby.
Yeah,
It's
true.
only
I'm not
right.
gonna blame you for that.
You know?
Soon you'll be leaving your actual job for this job when it start making money.
You damn skip.
Yeah,
I mean, first timer, France, you know, the father of everybody here. You know what I mean? I'm in the building. Yes. You know what I mean? Pass it over to one of my youngest.
Sandman is back in action right now.
Get him out of here!
Sandman.
This is Vanessa. This is my first time on here, and I'm excited.
Fan clubs first.
Yeah.
Let's give a What the Hell Pcast welcome to Vanessa.
What the hell?
Keep it moving.
Yeah, I'm Joe. It's my first time also.
Woo!
You guys already know it's the not so good looking John.
What up?
Not so good looking John. And Esteban the Don.
Esteban the Don. Woo! Damn, yo, we popping 3 cherries here today. 3. Count 'em.
There's a hidden fourth.
That's the hidden character. You know,
Yeah.
you got
Lock that one yet.
Yeah, you got to listen to 5 more podcast shows to unlock it.
Great, man. This is nice chemistry here. I like this. The podcast is growing. When it comes to watching the movies, there's a lot more people that are coming and they're like watching a movie. Pretty soon I'm going to have to make a movie theater in my house or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So that would be great. Well, I guess we can go and just jump right into it. The movie that we saw today was actually, it wasn't an entirely original movie, but I like to think of it as being a unique movie. Anybody want to tell me what we saw?
Turbo Kid.
Turbo Kid. Now, let me tell you a little story about how I saw this movie. It's not an old movie, obviously, though it looks like it takes place in the 80s, or at least it was an 80s movie that takes place in the year 1997. Everybody remember when 1997 used to look like that, though?
Son don't.
Shit.
Son
It
don't
looked
know.
like the movie. It was the year 1997. Yeah, man. Remember when it used to look like that?
I don't remember it looking like that. I remember like the bikes. I remember the bikes looking like.
Hold
newer
on.
than
Can
that.
somebody put a mic on this man, please? You don't got one on your chest.
Boy.
What were you saying?
I said I remember the bikes looking more newer than that. The bikes look like they were 80 bikes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Anybody else?
You're telling me you had a brand new bike in 97?
Did I have a brand new bike?
How old were
I had
you?
an 80s bike. I had the banana seat still.
Honestly, it was a hand-me-down. But, you know what I mean? But I've seen new bikes.
I mean, if they're doing 90s, they should have used like a Sega controller or something like that. You know, it looked like Nintendo.
Well, when I saw this movie, I actually saw the trailer to it first. Like, every week I just see like on Flickster, you know what I mean, just like what's coming and all that stuff. And I'm scrolling down, and last December I saw a trailer to a movie. I mean, I saw the movie, whatever. It said Turbo Kid. I'm like, what the fuck is that? And I was like, oh shit, there's a trailer. Let me check it out. And then I immediately saw that it was actually a foreign film. It's actually Canadian. That's where it was from. It's made by 3 directors who, whatchamacallit, I saw the trailer, and I was blown away. Why? Because it showed that gore stuff. I was like, I need to see this movie, 1, because of that gore. 2, because that soundtrack is badass. I'm a huge fan of 80s sounding soundtracks. Like, I need to buy the soundtrack. I just reminded me myself of that.
One of the best parts was the sound effects and soundtrack. But,
yeah.
You know, I'm a little, like, not fully into that kind of movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get back to that because when we go around, I'm going to ask everybody what they thought about it.
Right.
But I'm just telling you how I came across it. You know what I mean? Because, like, the movie came out last year. It's a brand new movie, technically, you know? It's not even a year old. Mm-hmm. And I saw that, and I was like, I need to see that because I actually grew up watching a lot of movies that was, like, about those themes. It's just like a mixture of a whole bunch. You should actually see a lot of Mad Max stuff, Vanessa, because I know you recently saw that. Yeah. It should remind you of Mad Max a little bit. Mad Max on BMX bicycles. Yes, post-apocalyptic. Remember to put the mic on people, whoever needs to talk, if they're not around you. You know how it goes. Yeah, exactly. Just put it right there in his mouth.
Someone to just help him out?
Okay. So that's how I came across this movie, and I was like, I need to watch this movie. I need to somehow watch it. It didn't come out theatrically. I just missed it because it was like only some theaters. So I was like, all right, when is this Blu-ray coming out? Because I want it. And then I bought this the company that released it here in America. They were releasing the Blu-ray for it. It was like a super limited edition, which I bought it for. I was like, yes, I need it. And I bought it just like that. And I don't even know what this movie was about yet. I've never seen it. And then I blind bought it. And then I saw that it was on Netflix. And I was like, you know what, let me just watch it on Netflix. And I was happy. I was like, yo, I like this. It was like, whoever made this movie grew up watching the same exact movies that I have. And later I'm going to tell you what other movies that you may not heard about, or maybe you did, other than Mad Max, where this movie takes a lot of stuff to borrow from it. But from my left, let's start. Will, what'd you think of this movie?
I thought it was pretty good. I really liked it.
Yeah? Awesome. What about Oscar?
I thought it was pretty good. A movie of hardcore on bikes and a grindhouse type of feel. That's what I got
pretty much. Yeah, you can say that. An 80s grindhouse.
Yeah, pretty much.
Movie.
It was good though. Overall, it was good.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. What about you, Gary?
It was all right.
It was all right.
No, I liked it.
You did. You liked it, and you came a little late, but you were able to.
I mean,
jump on
I would
real
say I
quick.
came on time. I wouldn't.
Yeah,
say
you missed
late.
like 2 minutes.
Wouldn't even say that. I seen the intro. You know what I mean? Seen it.
Excellent. France, what do we got?
I wasn't too big into that type of movie because
Not too big.
That's a lie. You know that's a lie.
No.
well, because
Niggas
I don't know. I
be
feel like
lying.
they could have went like a more serious direction with it.
Yeah.
You know,
But we'll get into that. Yeah. Like you wanted a more serious
like I didn't
movie?
hate the movie.
It was serious.
It's
when
just
it
that
was.
those traditional little pauses where it's just like let's smile at each other before we leave the scene type of.
You don't
thing.
like those long pauses? Uncomfortable silences? That's what they call them.
Yeah, I mean
That's what they call them.
I
You
mean,
got uncomfortable? Huh? You got uncomfortable with Apple?
Nah, I'm more of a mango man.
You uncomfortable in that chair?
Keep it moving.
I'm
This
actually pretty good.
Santi, what'd you think of the movie?
See how wide these chairs are? He's more than comfortable.
Go ahead, Santi.
I liked it. I liked it because it was gory.
Is that gory? Have
Yeah.
you ever seen a movie like that before?
No.
Outside of the gory parts.
No, I never saw
You ever seen a movie
like
with that kind of music?
No.
No? Or even that kind of like the way that the movie is in general?
Yeah, I
No,
never. I
never.
never
You
pictured
don't watch
it.
nothing, do you?
I do. But
Don't worry, the next Fast and
I don't
Furious
watch-
movie's coming out soon.
Actually, I don't like Fast and Furious. But,
Vanessa, go ahead, man.
I really enjoyed the movie.
Did you?
I did.
You were into it. I did hear you
I-
lots of
I
times
was.
screaming at parts.
There was a lot of moments in the movie where I did feel like I was younger.
Yeah.
A lot of it
And
reminded me of that.
I'm gonna talk about that. But yeah, Joe. I know you're the only one that actually saw this movie other than myself.
Yeah, I've seen it before, and it's just
Yeah.
as good the second time around.
Yeah.
It has that nostalgic feel, and the reason you're going to say that those bikes weren't around in 97 is because this is supposed to be made in the 80s, and their view of the future being 97, so they wouldn't
Yeah.
have access to things that are actually from the future.
Exactly.
Oh, that's what it
Past,
was.
in the future.
Yes, it was. It was supposed to be.
Okay.
It was supposed to be a movie like if it was made in the 80s,
Yeah,
or
like
give you
it
that
was
illusion that
styled-
it was.
It was styled
And
from the
yeah,
80s,
it's telling you that the year is 1997. It looks like that.
So,
and
so
a lot
I
of
was
movies did
right.
that.
It were bikes from the 80s, so I was right.
Yeah, exactly. I like how the Jetsons was 2002, made in the 50s, and when 2002 came around, we didn't have
Yeah,
flying
not
fucking
even
cars,
close.
did we?
Sadly,
Lost me in 50s,
just like Back
man.
to the Future, no hoverboards. Sorry, guys.
Oh, sorry, you know what the Jetsons are. It's an old time.
Jesus Christ,
I know what a Jetson are. Man.
John. Jesus Christ.
Sorry, I had too much man in my throat.
Oh, he was sus. He had
That's
that,
your boy.
he had that manly bubble in the throat.
Yo, Joe, clean yourself off, man. All right, all right. My bad.
What'd you think of it?
No, it was really good. It was really good.
Really good? You really liked it?
No, I really loved it.
Awesome.
Ew.
Not like Gary, shut up, man. You were watching the whole time.
Nasty.
Don't act like.
That's my
Don't-
business. That's my business. I ain't do it. You're nasty.
Oh man.
Go ahead, John.
All right, man. The last one's Don Esteban.
And that was all you had to say? You are... Man.
I mean, I liked it. I liked it a lot more than I thought I would. It's kind of like a Mad Max meets like Kung Fury, I think it's called.
Yeah.
It's like that. But I enjoyed it. It was good. Overall
Awesome.
soundtrack,
Awesome.
everything.
Yo, just before we go to the next part, I remember on the group chat that we had, and I told them, hey, I don't know if you saw, like I said, we're going to watch a movie called Turbo Kid, and I put up the picture about what it was, right? And Steve's, Don Esteban's response was like, wait a minute, is this a Disney movie?
Gary.
And then I
Disney.
text him back, like in that same group, and I say, trust me, this is the farthest thing away from a Disney movie.
Yeah,
You know?
definitely. Definitely. I definitely concur on that one. How
It
about
looks
you,
inviting.
Franz?
When you see the poster, because the poster kind of gives you like this like sense of hope, like it's like a kid getting this power that he wishes he had, and you don't really get this notion of like it literally being like a ridiculously violent movie as it was.
Yeah, I got that Disney vibe from the poster, but yeah, I see why it's not. Like,
Yeah. Now, the reason why I want to show this movie because it's like this is the biggest group that we have, and I said to myself, you know what? Why don't I go and show more of a fun movie? That's why. The movie wasn't built as a serious film.
That's
it
what you
was
consider
serious at times
fun?
because I felt that it had a lot of heart.
Well, the gore, like.
Yeah, well, no,
fights,
but I'm talking about the gore. But then, because the gore went overboard, like Kill Bill did, though. But I love Kill Bill.
Yeah.
Kill Bill's the exact same way.
Planet Terror
That's
was
a
like
good
that too.
You know what I
That's a
mean?
very
Yeah,
good
like
comparison.
like when you saw that, I'm like, shit, man, this is like exactly like Kill Bill. But what's funny is that they didn't have the problems with the rating system because it's from Canada. They brought it over. It really didn't get theatrical a push, so straight to video, you can do whatever the hell you want. The part that I love about this movie was because it's just like Vanessa said, it brought me back to a kid a lot. You know what I mean? And the moment that it happened for the first time is when Apple wanted to play tag. Like, you're going to tell me that every time that you see them kind of doing something that reminded you when you was a kid, you're like, you know what? I miss doing that. You know?
Especially when he made her that gnome stick, and she was like, yeah.
Swinging it.
Yeah, let's do it
You,
as a
you
kid.
remember
It was
yourself
funny.
like a little girl getting a little something,
Yeah,
probably
'cause I
stealing
used
one
to
of your
play with-
brother's toys
yeah.
and you're like swinging it around. Look at Oscar. He's nodding. He's like,
like,
yes,
yeah.
you broke my bat, goddammit, my
Yeah,
wiffle
and then,
bat.
and then he would wrestle all of my stuffed animals, and then I would cry.
He probably used to take your little dolls and like break them and be like, give me my bat back. Stop putting Barbie on the end of it.
When they had the card on the bike,
Huh?
make it sound like a motorbike.
Yeah, man, it's
Yeah.
it's just like you said too. Like there's a part of the scene where whatchamacallit, Apple, our favorite character, Apple, she's riding a bike and it has a card on it. And I was like, come on, who here doesn't remember? If you had a bike, you did something like that. But Franz, you say, no, you didn't do the card. You did the cup, the plastic cup. I used to do the plastic cup too.
Yeah, that's a Haitian move, as Gary would say.
Why you said that?
There's a poor man's
You
playing
guys
card.
used the feather, right? And back to the
feather
show,
that works?
Steve. Yes.
A feather work? What did that sound like?
Sound like you on a horse, right?
Let's see.
What about you, John?
What about me?
Did you have anything on your bike?
Had a bicycle.
He didn't have one because Gary stole it.
He's telling the truth. He's telling the truth. He's telling the truth.
Yo, I don't care what anybody says. He told the truth, but Steve was with me, so that's all that matters. Like, I'm not the only one going down.
And we sold the bikes to John.
Damn.
For double the price.
Yo, all I gotta say is
all
this.
the truth.
My theory is correct. This movie will bring the 80s out of you.
Yeah, because
Except for Sod.
we would
Except
definitely.
for Santi, yeah. You,
Fuck you, John.
Santi, I'm sorry, but you were only merely an itch in your father's pants. That's all you
I
were.
don't even think he was an inch. You
I
wasn't even.
I don't think I was an inch.
You never was an inch.
I didn't say
Boy.
an inch. I said an itch.
Got
Anyway.
Yes.
Let's talk about the film's most colorful character, because this film, what it is about, yes, it's a.
Let's
we
talk about the
follow
core of the story, which is Apple. What? Talk that sass.
Yeah, man. Back at it.
All right.
The film, Franz, you want to tell everybody what the film was about? Go ahead, man.
Pretty much
In simple terms.
Simple terms. A kid who pretty much wanted to be a superhero in apocalypse times, and came across a android who befriended, kind of fell in love with, and also revenge on the guy who killed his wife. I mean, killed his mom actually.
Yeah,
right?
both actually, mom and dad.
Yes.
He was trying to
yes.
drown the father, and then
Yes.
like, whatever.
So pretty much your classic love story with it.
I wouldn't call it classic, because
You
it's not a
know?
classic about a post-apocalyptic love story in love with an
Yeah,
android.
but fell in love.
It's a revenge film. It becomes a little bit of everything.
Fell in love and revenge.
It's romantic. It feels kind of stalkery, because that's what I actually wanted to tell you. You guys were kind of like on the fence with Apple. When I first saw her, I was completely in love with her. Meaning as her character, what she was on the film, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, she was a fun character.
Yeah, dude, like,
Yeah.
because at first she kind of like, yo, like, step away from me.
A bit much.
But she brings this happiness to this sad movie. You know what I mean? Exactly, and you kind of like want to protect it. So that was like immediately what I thought, because that's what he did. He started literally protecting her because she's so naive in a way. Because before he actually realizes that she's an android, she's just a very happy person.
Question.
Yes, go question.
So is she an android or is she a robot? Because it's not our time.
Well-
So therefore, it will be a robot.
No, not
an
necessarily.
Lewis, I got
Androids.
this.
Oh,
I
go
got
ahead.
this.
Yo, you're the other sci-fi tech like me. Go ahead.
Talk your sass. There's a difference between an android and a robot. She was a robot.
So then it wasn't an android.
No,
Right or wrong? It wasn't an android.
it wasn't an android.
So then,
Well-
I'm talking some sense right now.
Wait.
it was an apple.
It was an
It
apple.
was a Macintosh.
Steve with
Well,
the save.
this is actually John. Fruit. This is what I actually say she's an android. Robots are not capable of feeling emotions. They don't eat. They don't sleep. They don't do any of that stuff. An android will give you the illusion of doing that. Hence why she ate before. She didn't sleep, but
I stand
she had
corrected.
emotions.
I stand corrected.
You stand. Well,
What year did Apple come into business?
I think it
Yes.
was 82.
Because 97, Apple, so maybe it's right.
It would have been well 97 here's something with 97 that was when Steve Jobs came back to work with Apple. Remember, because he was gone. Yeah. So he brought it back.
I thought Windows.
Excuse me. He was what was it? Put the mic on him, somebody. He was an android as well, but he actually was what he called a corporate model. Yeah. He's there for like corporate things, but the thing is that he's a lot smarter. He killed his own master.
Crazy.
But they don't. Why didn't they go more into the story on how everything?
Well, I think that was enough with the speaking, and then you got to meet the bad guy, or at least the human part of the bad, because the bad guy that killed his parents was the human being, was the main guy, and then the android replaced him. Hence why he said, "I don't need this no more." Like he took the eye patch off, and then and that's why he didn't blow up when they. Which I like because you guys are like, what the fuck? There were moments that you were like watching the movie, you're like, yo, why the fuck is this like this? How come he didn't explode and everybody else is exploding like nothing? Is because she was a machine. Well, they were both machines. He was a machine as well.
So the guy who owned him made that model look exactly
yes, it was
like
a corporate
him?
model. It was kind of like his servant or whatever you might say. Like it was like the doppelganger of him. It was made in his image, but the machine became too smart, and his likeness made him kill him. His human self, and then him continue to reign.
And in the same way, Apple touched on early in the movie, he confirmed at that point that there's two types of robots.
Exactly.
She's
Apple is a friendship model.
Yeah.
Hence why she was always, optimistic. Friends are supposed to be optimistic.
Yeah.
She was the awesome flavor to like I said, to this very sad world. I mean, there was a lot of times not a lot of times, but where our main character, the Turbo Kid, he gets told, like when he sees the girl, like where he thinks she's dead, he's like, please don't leave me alone. He don't want to be alone because he's always been alone. Now, would you guys honestly say that this is the most original movie, quote unquote, that you've seen in recent memory?
No, I wouldn't. Think
it reminded
like super. I can't say it's like the most original because
it really wasn't. But it's the most
plot is like your
newish
common.
thing
It's
to
your
watch.
common plot,
Huh?
It is your common plot. With
Yeah,
the whole
it is. But it's
revenge
kind of like
and fall in love thing. Like,
yeah. But even like going to Mad Max, especially Fury Road, that movie in terms of story is super simple. They kept it super simple so they can show this extravagant thing that you're seeing. That's actually the smartest thing to do in filmmaking. You don't want to go too over story, because then you're gonna turn people off with this whole new way that you're showing things, or redoing something like the way it was done before, because most people were never introduced to that, or maybe they don't know that. Like me, I grew up watching movies like this, and pretty soon I'm gonna tell you all the titles that are literally pulled out to make this movie. And so people like Santi, or at least like geekier people like Santi's age, they find this movie. He's just
a boy.
People just put it like this. Santi, when I was like 5 years younger than you, you're what, 16?
Yes, sir.
I was 10 years old watching movies like that. All I gotta say is this, Santi. You don't know how rough 1997 was.
No,
that movie got to show you how it was. You weren't even here for that. It was pretty fucked up.
I wasn't even a thought.
Life was rough. That was the year I graduated high school with my life intact, because that's the way that it was. It was so horrible to go to school in those days.
So how
My
bad
God.
was it?
It was like that. It was like that. It wasn't that far off. It wasn't as we didn't live in the desert, so it didn't look like that. When you live in the city, it was a little bit more run down, Yeah, but look at pictures. There are pictures that you can see that it looked like that in '97.
I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah, look it up, man. Especially in the Bronx. Yeah, yeah, man. Just look, Google this. Bronx, 1989, and you see pictures. Obviously pictures, images. Let's see here. Now,
I just
now,
I just want to state before we move on, everybody in this room is evil,
yes, they are.
especially you.
87?
Louis,
Now,
instigating man.
Times was rough. Tell me, Santi, what are you looking at? Just describe it.
Like an abandoned building, like the building looks abandoned.
Yeah, look at that, Now, how many, just put it like that. Look at that.
That's a
Doesn't that
crazy
look like what the
description.
movie you just saw?
Yes.
Yes, man. That's freaky. We had to live through that, Santi. What do you feel about that? What do you think about it? Your sister was a little kid when, these times was happening. Think about how horrible it was for her to go to school.
So I'm guessing.
Wait. Vanessa.
Hopscotch was
Vanessa,
dangerous.
So I'm guessing you saw this. You see like a Hispanic and a. I'm not.
Yeah, that was when trains. Remember when they were the tokens?
Yo, I'm telling you, man, it's rough. It's rough, man. Those days was rough. 97, that was the year I graduated high school.
The dollar vans.
Strike Force all day.
Yeah, Strike Force all day, baby. That's a video game. Anyway, we ain't talking about video games. We are talking about Turbo Kid. Now, back to what I was going. We already spoke about this movie, and like I said, I asked the question, is this the most original movie you've seen in recent memory? So, you know what? Let's go from my left to answer that question. Will, in recent memory, like let's say 5 years,
What's up?
is
5
this the
years.
most original movie you've seen in recent memory?
No, not the most original. I wouldn't say.
What would you say was the most original that you've seen before that? Before this?
Before this, that
Yeah.
that's tough.
I think that this is like the
That's
most
tough.
original movie in recent memory. That's why I'm saying this. So, what can you say was more original than this that you've seen in the last 5 years?
Let's see. I honestly cannot think of
What about you, Oscar?
I don't
Anything?
know. It's like
Would you say that this is the most original movie you've seen in the last 5 years?
It's kind of hard to call it because I'm trying to think right now of a film
Yeah.
that comes close to this.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough.
the,
but it has a mixture of a lot of things. Like
yeah,
you said
there's
before, like Mad
that's why I
Max,
don't call it
Waterworld.
yeah, like it's not a complete
Waterworld.
original movie, but like I said, it has a uniqueness to
and
it.
I like the idea how they needed water. So,
Yeah.
you know.
Because that's the most essential thing that a human person can need. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, France, just like I was asking, you said that this is not the most original movie you've seen in recent memory.
No.
What do you think?
I don't. I don't.
Gary, stop distracting him, goddammit.
I don't think it's the most like original because, like I said, the whole revenge and fall in love aspect.
Yes, well,
which is not a
story-wise,
bad
it
aspect.
wasn't.
I'm just saying, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
That's your typical.
Yeah.
And then the whole, the main bad guy is always the hardest to kill. Apparently,
Yeah.
Had to, you know.
But was this movie predictable for you?
Not,
Like, did you
not-
think
no.
Apple was a machine?
No, that
Did
that
you,
threw me
yeah,
off.
or
That
even
definitely threw me
the
off.
main villain, Zeus.
Him, I was wondering why he couldn't die.
Yeah,
Like when
And-
he got shot in the eye.
But that's what I believe
you know.
movies should do. It should raise those questions as
Yeah.
you're watching it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's where I think good storytelling is. You know, that's when you're doing it right.
Yeah.
When you watch something, you start questioning like, "Yo, how the hell did this happen? Why is that?" And then it answers it for you later. Like, yes, the story is like to me. It's very hard for me to see in a quote unquote original movie. If I see something that's unique or it's a breath of fresh air, I know that it's been done before. No matter what, I've seen so many things like this movie, but when I saw it, I was like, "Holy shit, this is such a breath of fresh air." I haven't seen a movie like this in ages. You know what I mean? So it felt good to watch.
It definitely had that Terminator 1, you know, sound.
He even
effect
looked
at
like a
certain
Terminator.
times.
Yeah, he even looked like
And
a
when he
Terminator
turned-
if you
yeah.
see his face. You know, it's like a lot of homages to like other past films, but it wasn't stealing, which I liked about it because it didn't feel like it was stealing. Gary, is there any movie that you've seen in recent memory that you can say that is just as original as this or unique?
Nope.
Nope. Too busy watching superhero movies.
Too busy.
Technically, you saw a superhero movie. Yeah, he did call himself a superhero. Or at least he thought he did. Santi, you don't watch movies though, so you wouldn't.
Oh, come on.
Well, let me ask you this.
I'm not that
Well, let
stale.
me ask you,
Huh?
Santi. This is an official interview. You're getting asked the question, okay? Santi, is this the most original movie you've seen in the last recent memory?
Wait, recent? No.
For you.
For you, yes. The whole 5 years you've been alive. Yeah.
5 years.
Technically, yes. You really don't have a brain in watching movies when you're 10. You really don't.
Yeah.
You're kind of like watching
no,
whatever
no,
your mom puts
no,
on
no.
TV for you.
No, you're right. Well,
Wow.
He saw Straight Outta Compton. Stop it.
Nobody told you to watch that movie. What do you know about that movie?
Huh?
What do you know about Straight Outta Compton? Can you even spell NWA? What does NWA stand for?
oh man, I just watched it this year.
What?
Wolf of Wall Street, because they.
Oh, yo, they're tainted, man. You know what's hilarious? Okay, I'm gonna bring it back. This is where we come from. You have all that smut to see, you know, at your disposal. Him watching Wolf of Wall Street at his age, he shouldn't be watching that shit. What the fuck? You know where we come from? We're coming from an era that if we wanted to watch what you saw, we had to watch it in a blurry television.
The Spice
We're hoping,
Channel.
yes, man, Spice Channel, baby. You remember that?
Wait,
Yeah.
the 3060.
You don't know how lucky. You know, you have it the best, man.
Wait, the 30.
Reference, when I was his age and Forrest Gump came out, that one scene where Jenny's in her bra.
Oh, dude, that
my
was
mom
like.
had to cover my eyes.
Yes, yes, she
Right?
took it
Yeah,
off.
Vanessa did that to me when I watched that shit.
When you watch that scene,
I remember. I actually remember that scene.
You're
oh,
a boy.
Vanessa, pseudo mom to her youngest little brother.
He's just a boy. Just a boy.
But what about you, Vanessa? In recent memory, is this the most original movie that you actually can say you've seen?
It's not the most original, but I do enjoy the fact that they've kind of brought that essence that was.
When was the last time you even felt that? Like that, watching a movie?
When I watched Mad Max.
That's what when you watched Mad Max, it really brought you that?
Fury
Road?
I was like in love
Blown
with
away.
that movie. The whole thing. And there was barely any
God
talking
bless
in
you.
it.
God bless you in the movie. You know?
shut up about
That's all I
it
gotta
either.
say for loving Mad Max Fury Road.
enjoyed it
It was my
so
favorite
much.
film of 2015 when I did like my little,
I agree.
tally. Like I've not seen because again, Mad Max is not unique. It is original because it is his original story, but it's not that I've never seen it. I've seen it plenty of times, but to see the action be realistic in a year where shit is all fake.
Yeah.
And it's again, like I said, it was a breath of fresh air. I was like, oh shit, man, it was great great feeling to see something like this again. It was amazing. Joe, in the last 5 years, you actually you watch as much movies as I do. I think
watch
you
a lot of like low budget things. So
Exactly.
Most original, no. But what I'm gonna say is like 5 to 8 years ago, the big trend was like we talked about before, bringing back the exploitation films. And
Yeah.
Now, I say last year or two.
This kind of falls
the
into
80,
that.
The 80s themes.
Yeah.
All the electro music and the flashy colors,
Yeah.
the high tops. You know.
Kung
Fury.
Yeah, exactly. Here's one of recent memory, that new movie that came out. It's a horror movie that I feel is the reason why it is the way that it is. The movie It Follows. That soundtrack really kicks into this movie. You know what I mean? Like they made a world that it's not really the 80s, it's not the 90s. Everybody got new stuff, everybody got old stuff. It's kind of like a mesh of everything, if you remember.
That's the way it's trending right now. And
Exactly.
Next will probably be the terrible trend of bringing back 90s movies, unfortunately.
They'll bring it back what? I'm sorry?
After this is done, I'm sure the 90s movies trend will come.
Yeah. I mean, the 90s had their fun. There are some things in there that I can pick that I'm like, yeah, that's so 90s. I love that. But John.
Remaking Fast and Furious.
Yeah, that's all that we need. After they're done, they're going to start from one again. But believe it or not, Fast and Furious actually is a remake. But yeah, believe it or not, a lot of people really don't know that. But go ahead, John. John, not so good looking.
You know, Gary was distracting me.
He always is distracting.
But,
Take that ugly hat off.
I agree with Joe. He took the words right out of my mouth.
Which was what?
About the whole
Why do you
80s
have to
coming.
say it like that?
What? Can you pass the mic to Sandman over there? What was that?
Just no comment, man. No
You're
comment.
16. Shut up. Anyway.
Yeah.
Like I was saying.
Before you agree with him, is this the most original movie you've seen in recent memory?
Nah.
No?
No.
All right. But you do realize everybody says no, but yet nobody has a movie to tell me.
No, I could.
In the last 5 years, but you're the only one, Joe.
But whoa, can I say something? Damn.
Joe's the only person that was able to name other movies.
Planet Terror.
Huh?
Planet Terror.
Planet Terror didn't come out 5 years ago, and they did some.
That I've seen in the past 5 years.
That didn't come out 5 years ago.
I watched it like
oh, maybe
yesterday.
if you watched it within the last 5 years, but. Yes, Planet Terror is.
Kung Fury was
it goes
another
up
one,
there.
but
Like
he's
it
already
brought
said
those
that.
things back. God bless Robert Rodriguez. That's all I gotta
Stranger
say.
Things
He's the
is
man.
just another recent one that's on Netflix. That
Which is what?
Brought back the 80s.
What movie?
Stranger Things. It's
Stranger Things.
It's not a.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
not a movie, but it's still a Netflix
it's a
original.
Netflix series that, like Turbo Kid, makes me feel like I'm watching something out of the 80s, or like it feels
That's
like
what
it's
I'm
the
saying.
80s again.
Like, there's
You know, it's pretty fucking creepy. And even Stranger Things, like Turbo Kid, I can even name you things that they took it from. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Twin
but
Peaks,
like
anybody? Twin Peaks? Anybody seen Twin Peaks? No.
Look, like another thing I saw that actually I thought was pretty original, but you know it's not. It doesn't bring back that 80s.
It's got that feeling. You know what I mean? I think what's funny is that we're all 80s kids here, kind of, except for one. You know, but it's true. But you,
Jesus
but let me
Christ.
ask you. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Before we get to something, what I'm trying to tell you, Steve, please tell me: is this the most original movie you've seen in recent memory?
No, I mean, like I said in the beginning, it reminded me of Kung Fury.
But even Kung Fury is supposed to be remind you of like other 80s stuff and things like that.
Of
So
course,
yeah.
With all the music and the visual effects. Yeah, I think that's about it.
Yeah.
Just one more thing.
What?
Another Netflix original, The Get Down, actually has some.
That just came out, but that's more 70s, isn't it?
Yeah,
isn't
that's
it early
70s.
70s?
That's
I mean,
70s.
late 70s.
That takes it back a step further.
Yeah, into the early 80s.
Okay,
I gotta watch The Get Down. I haven't started it yet.
Mic drop.
Yeah, Santi, I have a quick question for you, Santi.
Here we go.
Hold on. This is actually a good question for a non-80s kid. You don't know anything from this. You don't know how to feel about it. You don't know how the music makes you feel. So how can you actually relate to this movie? What you said it was just the gore. So let's take away that the movie wasn't this violent. What could make you like that movie?
Just Jesus, man. Holy crap.
Yes, you're on the spot. You're being interviewed. Come on. Tell me what, like for instance, everybody here just had like a recent memory from when they were a child, playing tag, bicycle with playing cards on them and shit like that. Like, what do you have that could connect you to this movie?
Nothing.
So why like it?
It was just creative to me.
Huh?
It just looked really creative. That's why.
So like it's like brand new.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I want to find out. It's
like I learned.
It's fresh for you.
Yeah, it's fresh for me because I learned new things. Like, listen, like look what you told me to do. I looked up something from the Bronx, and I didn't expect it to look like that. I never,
that is true.
I never thought
that
of
is true. Now,
something new for me.
Personally, like I said, I think it is for me. I'm trying not to use that word original too because, like I said, it's not original. But like I said, that uniqueness, that everything that was that I remember in, from when I was a kid, watching movies that I wasn't supposed to watch, and having those fun kid moments that these adults were playing. It basically put a smile on my face when I was watching. That was actually my reaction. Can you actually? I didn't see. Were people having a smile on their faces when they were playing tag? Was that like cute to y'all? I know to you, Vanessa, it's like puppies is cute. Playing tag is cute. What about you, Franz? Were you all happy? Did you want to go outside and play tag after watching this movie?
No, if I was in the scenario,
that's the reason why Apple made WD-40.
I'd have to find a good bike.
Because of his,
a good bike. I just stopped picking up any kid's bike and riding off.
Yo, I'll tell you this one. This is how happy the movie made me.
Yeah.
When he meets Apple for the first time, the Turbo Kid, whatever, and he was like, "You don't have a bike." She points at the pegs on the first. I literally got all ghetto and was like, "Oh yeah!" Like when I saw the pegs, I was like, "Oh, you bringing it back!" I literally got super happy when I saw that, and even you did, Gary, too, because you saw the pegs. You already knew what was gonna happen.
You know any bikes he stole? What?
It was like you said yourself, don't you leave that bike down there? Well, I'll take that shit. I'll be on the guy that's on the bikes holding the other bar, on the other bike.
He would jump into people's backyards and then come out. Stealing bicycles.
It's on the talk that sad.
When you see a snitch, you get that bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What are you doing, boy? Oh, yeah,
So
tell
gay,
all
you've been
my
stealing-
stories.
Poor Steve. How long have you been stealing
Poor
bikes
Steve
for?
was a
witness.
I never stole a bike. I've never stole a bike. Let me get this on a record. I never stole a bike. So I borrowed them, and I would always borrow them with Steven.
He would
You know what I'm saying?
He would force
I would only
Steve to
borrow
watch.
bikes with
He
Steven.
put Steve at the end of the block and was like, "Watch me steal this bicycle."
That's different, huh?
Well, I was just telling him that you made Steve watch you steal bicycles.
Yeah, I always had a lot of bikes.
I would never.
Yeah.
Oh, we got another one.
Yeah, I always had a lot of bikes.
Different ones every
You
week.
black wombat, you. You snitchy.
Yeah.
Oh,
It looks like I'm gonna have to put a disclaimer for overweight people, black people. And before this show is gonna be like, if you feel uncomfortable in this kind of situation.
Like I said, you stole some horses.
Look at this, man. We
Ain't
talk
nobody
BMXs
stole no
and people are
horse.
bringing up when they used to steal BMX bikes from people. That's so grimy, man. That's fucked up. Out of people's backyards.
Man,
Man, that's how it was.
never
Yeah.
stole
I get it, you steal it, but really, people's backyards.
You asked Franz how much flour he stole from people doing blue voodoo.
Wow.
I woke up, my head was white. I didn't know what to say. I said, Franz, what the fuck is going on? He's like, oh, I was praying, brother. I said, praying? My hairline got receded. I didn't know how to handle things.
Poor guy.
Oh my God. I'm just telling the truth.
We're gonna have to set off a smoke signal, for for Gary.
Smoke signal.
Because he's part Native American.
Yeah.
So,
If you didn't catch on, he's
no.
part.
Yeah, I just let them know. Because
Do you see?
Yes.
Do you see what the magic of movies make us do?
I don't know. Ask Franz what black magic does to movies.
Because he's Haitian.
Your ancestors did what?
Yo, Yo, that's the thing. Like, I would love to argue with him, but you can't make eye contact with somebody that's gonna shrink your head. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing. Like, that's what I have a problem with. I would love to argue with him, but I can't.
I mean,
it's hard.
Now, well, you have to go get somebody with spearheads on them. You know, you got to be able to do something with a head. You know, it's just. Now back to the show, Lou. Take over, please.
Now
back to Turbo Kid.
Back to Turbo Kid. Now I just want to actually mouth off because when I saw this movie, back to the movie talk. When I saw this movie, I immediately was already saying, "Oh my God, this is like this movie. This is like that movie." And I can actually see. I want to know if you guys have ever heard or seen any of these movies. Now, what I was saying when we were watching the movie in the beginning, when we were watching the kid ride the bike, they were playing a song called "Thunder in Your Heart." The name of the song is called that, and the singer's name is John Farnham. Now, the reason why it was so awesome that song was in the movie was because I grew up watching that movie. It was a movie called Rad. It was about BMX racing, and
I seen that movie.
Yes, but you weren't here to hear the song, so you probably would have been like high-fiving me. I was the only one going, "Yeah, Thunder in Your Heart." Where the fuck were you when that happened?
Santi heard it before too.
Anybody ever seen
Yeah,
the movie
because
Rad?
it was, okay,
Yeah.
John. For your information, they were playing an American Dad episode, and they're making a reference to that.
Just
song.
To Rad? Fuck out of here.
Yes, they did. They actually did.
Nice.
Wait,
Yeah.
yeah.
So God bless Family Guy to help people like Santi.
No,
you know?
actually, American Dad, for your information.
American Guy?
American Dad.
Oh, American Dad. Oh, okay, so it's the same fucking guy, though. Same shit. You know? But anybody ever seen Rad other than Gary and me? Everybody ever heard of it?
No, I heard
if
of
you
it,
had
I
a
never watched
VHS
it.
player, we would probably put that in the thing. Anybody got a VHS player? I'll probably bring mine.
I actually do have a VHS.
Yeah, does it work?
It does.
Yeah,
You know what? Why don't we make Rad our next movie? I want to see what you guys think about this kind of an 80s movie. Joe, how old are you? Just a quick question.
32.
You're 32. Thank God. Another person over 30. I'm 37. So you never watched Rad?
I may have, but it's not something I have in my collection.
It's
I've seen
BMX
a lot of
racing,
movies.
Hell Track, Crew Jones, Talia Shire's in it. It's like literally Rocky with BMX racing. Like literally.
I've seen a million movies.
Yeah.
I might have seen when I was younger, but like.
But you know what?
Recent,
You know what?
There's only so much memory up
I'm gonna see if we can do Rad next week, and we'll bring it in. We'll bring it in, put it in like old school, and watch a VHS tape. Maybe we should all sit on the floor too when we watch it.
I ain't gonna be able to get up. So
Now, excuse me. Now, the part with Apple being a robot, that immediately went to a movie that I used to watch also as a kid. Maybe and I shouldn't watch it. It starred Melanie Griffith. It's a movie called Cherry 2000. Anybody ever heard of that? No, not even.
not familiar.
I
No?
never popped that in the VHS.
Trust me, it's not one of those kind of movies, even though it does sound like one. Yeah, it is a movie that takes place in the 80s that is saying that it's the year 2000, hence why it's Cherry 2000. And basically what it's about a man, and he has a robot that he has sex with. It's his wife and all that stuff. They start fooling around in the kitchen. The dishwasher starts overloading, and she malfunctions. Right? So,
Bitch, you gotta fix this.
well, that's what he wanted to do. He was
Stepford
in,
Wives was also robots, weren't they?
You gotta
like the Stepford
fix
Wives, yes, but
this.
she wasn't evil. Now, what's cool is that
Feel me?
basically what he's trying to get this machine fixed because he's in love with it. You know, it's like his wife, whatever. And it's an obsolete model. You know, they made better things. He doesn't want something else. So he hires basically like a bounty hunter. So and she goes by the name Cherry, and that's where the name Cherry comes from. And he hires her to find the parts that he needs to bring the robot back to life.
Find the cherry out
You know what I mean?
popped. You feel me?
So that's where they get the Apple stuff from, hence with the malfunctioning, and then he got to go to Robot Cemetery to put it together and stuff like that. Because in Cherry 2000, it is a journey. He goes with Cherry, and they're going through this post-apocalyptic, highway. Everything's all fucked up to go to this area where they got, her model's parts, just like a Robot Cemetery. That's where they go, and action ensues. That's basically what it is. What do you got to say, John?
So you're telling me that this movie stole a plot?
They didn't steal a plot. They kind of stole like little mini beats, but I wouldn't call them like, yeah. Like Turbo Kid, it wasn't Cherry 2000 entirely. You know what I mean? It was like a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And here's another one that goes super, super rare. There's a movie that came out It's a movie that came out, I think it was in the
Dropping
early 90s. It has to be because 15, not even, like maybe 12, 13-year-old Drew Barrymore is in it. It's a movie called Motorama. Anybody heard of that one? Motorama. Yes, I love being I'm educating, man. There are more movies to watch out there. You see, there's so much other things to watch other than Fast and Furious and another fucking superhero movie. Not saying that these movies are bad. If you like them, you like them. That's fine. But look what you're missing. People here, they like, not you people here, but there's people here that like to call themselves movie enthusiasts, and they watch movies. They always watch movies. They watch anything. And then you start mouthing out movies, and they're like, I don't know what that is. There's a lot more to watch. No, I'm just saying. I'm not dissing anybody in here. But there's a lot of people here. Why are you here? But why are you here? Why are you here? To watch movies that you've never seen before, right? That means you're opened. You're
Boy! It just got exploded. Boy! All that.
Yeah, that went in the red too.
Wow.
What?
Yo, Louis, talk that sass. Keep going, boy.
No, ain't no sass.
I'm
just saying.
background. I'm background, baby.
I'm happy to be sitting with a whole bunch of people that like to open themselves up and want to watch something different.
Talk
you know
that
what I'm
sass.
saying? Like, that's why I don't tell anybody. Like, people ask me, there was someone that's not here that asked me, what movie are we watching? And I was like, the farthest thing, then the only thing that I do is show you a picture of the movie and tell you what the movie's called, okay? Too much sake for that guy. Put that away. So he asked me what the movie is about. I was like, I don't tell anybody what movie is about. You know, that if I did, then Steve wouldn't have asked me, is this a Disney movie? Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I was like, I can tell you this much, it's not a Disney movie. But he kept asking, and I'm like, I don't do that. The way that this show works is that you blindly go in to watch something. I didn't
look it up or anything.
No, and thank you guys for doing that. You know what I mean? Thank you, Joe, for not spoiling stuff, like, because you were the only person that has watched it other than me. You know what I mean? And that's what I would like to do. Like, let me ask actually the new people that are here, because I already know they're up here. Franz, start from my left. Franz, how, like, did you enjoy like watching something new? Like, because I took something that wasn't just a new movie. It was it took you out of your zone of what maybe you normally watch. Like, what do you think about that?
No, it was nice to see something I didn't see before.
Are you open to always want to watch something?
Yeah, always.
Yeah, like,
always.
And that's all. And that's what makes this movie. Like,
I do like seeing things I've seen before, just to get somebody else's point of view.
Of course,
which is what we're doing now.
You know,
but
exactly.
I do enjoy something.
Yeah, like for instance, like I get movies of what people have normally seen. Just like you said, Franz, you've normally seen this kind of movie. It rings a lot of bells to you, but you also never seen this movie. You're into wanting to watch new stuff. Like, that's how I watched this movie. I literally blind watched it. I saw a trailer and that was it. You know, and I said to myself, I need to see this movie, and I watched it and I was happy. I was happy with what I saw.
Did the cover poster remind you of a Nintendo game?
Yeah, that's what's amazing with it. And what's funny, what a lot of people don't realize, his gun is. You guys ever seen what the Power Glove looks like?
Yeah.
The Nintendo Power Glove?
Yeah. That's why I said that before.
Yeah, it's a Nintendo Power Glove. That's exactly what it is. You know, taking from 80s pop culture and other stuff. You know, but next, Vanessa, what do you think? Like, in terms of like blindly watching something.
I really enjoyed just walking in to watch this movie and not knowing what it was about and waiting throughout the movie to get like hints about what was going to happen and stuff like that.
Awesome.
Is that your question?
Yeah, that was the question. Thank you for answering. No, that's what I want to know, because I know that even in the last year, you've actually been wanting to watch more movies. Yes. Like new stuff, like
things that I haven't watched.
Like you literally want to dive into like watching something new.
Yeah, and we actually had a conversation about this.
And I want to say thank you for not being as vocal as you normally are during movies.
To get you the truth, no, when it comes to like how you were being vocal, I love that because it's genuine emotions. Like when you were saying like you were not freaked out, but you were like startled by Apple, like with the fact that she was so like close. But then you start really loving her. Like you really start kind of like feeling sorry for her. She died 3 times.
She's like a cat.
Like you felt sorry for her. Like even when she came back to save the day and she got shot, I was like, "Are you serious?" I remember when I watched it, I was like, "This poor girl. This poor girl. I don't give a shit if she's a robot and can come back to life 100 times. I feel sorry for this girl. She doesn't get a break."
She's like a Chevy, man. She takes a beating.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the robot you want to buy.
They don't make them like they used to. But Joe, another new person to the show. Like, do you like the way that the format is? If you never saw it, like, are you open to like saying, because like next week you say you never saw Rad, and if I told you, hey, come next week, we'll watch Rad. Like, what do you think about that? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and I always tell like my rules is, you know, don't Google it, just don't YouTube it, don't look for the trailer at all. Like, just keep it like that, because I'm trying to keep that essence from when we were kids. When you saw something on TV, if it caught your eye, you watched it. And that's how
Well, that's
I think.
why I also didn't spoil this for her or anything.
Yeah, and I think there's cool stuff in there too that you shouldn't spoil, because I think there were some surprises in the movie. The movie does have surprises.
Yes, second time around too, there's things I missed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Oh yeah, that's the beauty of rewatching things too. I've seen this movie 3 times, and even then, like I forgot certain scenes, and I was like, yeah, man, that's fucking awesome, and that makes me appreciate it more.
This movie's definitely like a bunch of surprises. Like there's some things in this movie that you just don't see coming at all.
Yeah, you don't really see, especially the violence. You don't expect people's heads to start spinning. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I like that. Another movie outside of Cherry 2000 where it takes this from, and also like using stuff like going into the video game way, the Nintendo Power Glove, which is also, as he uses it, to be like, what? Mega Man's power arm. You know what I mean? You see him, he looks like a red Mega Man. That's what he looks like, which I think is fucking amazing. Proto Man? Yeah, he is red. There's stuff like
the
that.
villain also had a spinning blade, which is also a Mega Man.
Exactly. He looked like Metal Man. That is exactly, when I saw that, I was like, he looks like Metal Man. Be honest. Were you guys not freaked out, but were you intimidated by the sight of the buzzsaw guy? I think he is spot on, and if I was a kid, I was trying to imagine myself like I would have been so scared of that fucking guy.
I was excited for the bad guys, to be honest.
You root for the bad guys? You weren't one of those kids that
I
like
was mad when Shredder got crushed at the end of the Ninja Turtles.
I always say that Shredder was murdered, or at least he was like
that almost concreted that he was dead until.
So you were mad that he got like killed? He was like, oh no, he ain't coming back.
Usually they come back like growing up, Batman and Joker.
Yeah.
Kills the motherfucker. He's always there.
Yeah.
Like Ninja Turtles, I'm like. Oh, he's fucking dead.
Yeah, that sucks. Now let me ask you this: were there any movies that had like characters like this guy that you were scared of, like as a kid? That would that guy's scary. You know.
I grew up in horror movies. That didn't
Same.
scare me. Suspense killed me more. I hated like the Chucky theme song creeped me out. The movie was boring. But the fucking theme song and the commercials always creeped me out. Suspense is usually what got me. The fucking bad guys never scared me.
Did the picture of him
never scared me?
Did the picture of him, you know, like you ever seen the poster for Child's Play where it looks like it's him holding the knife?
Yeah.
Oh man, I could never look at that picture for years.
I used to watch like Unsolved Mysteries before bed.
Unsolved Mysteries. Jesus Christ, that guy's voice was the scariest voice ever, and it's pretty hilarious to see him in a comedy because I've seen him in a comedy, and I'm like, I don't know how you can be funny with that scary ass voice.
Airplane.
No, it was Caddyshack 2. Oh, even Airplane 2. He was in it, but Caddyshack 2. I always remember him in that one.
My favorite reference out of this movie, though, was the Tank Girl reference with the people in the water.
You know what's funny? Remember, John, we were talking about that when it comes to remakes or like things like that. We spoke about Tank Girl in our last episode. Not about remakes, but uniqueness, creativity. Yeah. That's what we were talking about.
And I've actually just recently watched Tank Girl, but not too long ago.
Get the fuck out of here! You watched it?
Yeah, but like that was like within the past.
But
5
you
years,
say you watched it recently?
Not recently, but like in the past.
No, because you
years,
said in the last episode that you never seen it. I guess you saw a picture and you said, "Oh shit, I have seen it." Yeah. Okay.
I've seen it. No, because I was talking about it at my job recently.
Okay. Damn. That's what I love, man. That's what I love. That it's a conversation stimulator. All this.
Yes.
Yeah. Exactly. So. Now, has anybody ever seen Escape from New York? I'm going more popular.
Yes.
Now. Escape from New York
and
with Russell Crowe. Not Escape from LA, though it is a sequel to that movie.
I think I've seen that.
And wait, and you have to have seen it because if you are a big blaxploitation person like you claim you are, Isaac Hayes is in it.
I didn't claim I was.
Yes, you did. Isaac Hayes is in it. He plays the main villain.
Gary's dead.
Anybody here play Metal Gear Solid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the movie that this game steals from. Did anybody even know that?
Yes.
Snake Plissken.
Snake Plissken. They take the name. Do you know who's the cover of Metal Gear, the first game from the Nintendo? Who was on the cover?
Yeah, from Aliens. What's his name?
Not from Aliens.
No, the second one.
No, I said Metal Gear.
Yeah, Metal Gear.
Metal Gear from Nintendo, not PlayStation, not Solid.
I forgot
Metal Gear, not Metal Gear Solid. He's holding his hand up.
Metroid?
It's actually the one that's on the cover of the original Metal Gear is Kyle Reese from
Yes,
Terminator.
I just said from Aliens, the second one.
Aliens?
Yeah, he played.
I said Kyle Reese from Terminator.
No, but the actor I meant.
Yes, he's in it, but
Yeah, I
dude,
couldn't
but
think of his
you're
name.
naming the wrong movie.
I'm sorry.
Even if it's
No,
with
I
that
know.
guy, I'm not gonna say.
I know. I couldn't
It's
think
from
of the
Terminator.
name.
The guy
It's
played
the
Kyle
actor.
Reese. He's literally stole that, because I'm speaking about like the same things. Like, yes, that's Kyle Reese, and that's actually a scene from the movie. If you watch the movie Terminator,
Yeah, that is Kyle
you will
Reese.
see that scene is in the movie. They literally stole it right out. And the reason why I'm talking about it, because now it's a conversation stimulator to where people take pop culture and they make their own original thing for it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, like literally the Metal Gear Solid franchise owes itself to Escape from LA and Escape from New York. Like almost everything. The eye patch, the groggy talking, Snake Plissken, that's his name, and all that shit. But I love it, and that's what, again, uniqueness, and that's why everybody loves that franchise. France, before you talk, take the mic.
Did you notice that you could have just made a Nintendo game out of the movie?
Oh my God, this movie is like, if they made a game from it, like tomorrow, I'd want to watch it.
There is
I mean, I
potential.
want to play it.
People do that all the time. They actually made I forget what it is. It's a Stranger Things game already. It's some little
Fucking somebody made a piece of
little
it.
8-bit game on the internet.
Nice, but it's like another movie that is like this, but it was more popular because it was Hollywood made. Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Oh
It falls into this. It's not from the 80s, but it has that 80s nostalgic feeling. But it's more of a nostalgic feeling of playing games when we were kids. You know what I mean? Like you get the sound effects, the coins. Like, come on, who didn't enjoy beating up people for coins?
They
man?
also made a game
Come
about
on,
him
don't
too.
forget.
That's what Gary does in real life.
You know?
Beats people up for their coins.
And bikes.
Used to beat up people for coins? Come on, Gary.
And
Now that's
bikes.
just grimy. Those were two crude dudes, two rude dudes. What the fuck game it was?
Doesn't matter. I was with Steve.
But
They made an 8-bit game off of that movie too.
Scooch is an accomplice.
what was that, Jonah?
No, I was saying that they made an 8-bit game over that game too.
That's exactly
Or
what I was
game
gonna say.
movie.
They made a video game of Scott Pilgrim. I bought it day one because I was like, I gotta play. If the movie looks like this and you're gonna make a game, I need to play it where it looks like that. And it kind of did. I love Scott Pilgrim. I played the hell out of that fucking thing. I got 100% on my achievements.
Nice.
I had to. I played the hell out of that fucking thing. Let's see.
You know,
What?
not every movie that turns into video games ever work. Not all of them.
No, it doesn't. No,
Not
it
all of
doesn't.
them.
But
Like,
that
I
game,
think
that
that-
movie sure did, and it wasn't even taken from a video game.
Nah,
One
not
I
at
always
all.
hoped for was Mad Max, but nothing ever came of that.
From what, a video game?
Yeah.
Did you play it? I never played it.
No, I heard it was crap.
Yeah, I mean,
Same like all the
it
Walking
was
Dead
it
games
was
were
here
crap.
and it was gone. I think like 3 people said they liked it. You know, if I was a kid and I'm watching Turbo Kid, I would want that gun like ASAP. I would want to shoot that gun ASAP. When are they releasing that toy? Because I want it. No toys for Turbo Kid because we don't live in the era where they make toys of cool things anymore.
No way.
Before the movie comes out.
It's like, exactly. It's like Ghostbusters. Who didn't want that proton pack when they were a kid? I fucking wanted that shit with the yellow foam. That was amazing.
Actually, they're talking about the gun, right? From the Turbo
Yeah,
Kid?
like his little power glove
Yeah,
thing.
like,
I would have loved to have it.
You
for
know the one thing I
nostalgic
always wanted? The Orgasmo Raider.
Yes, it
He
comes
went
in
there.
handy.
How
But
much would you use that?
No.
excuse me,
The Orgasmo Ray.
the Orgasmo Ray.
You can't even say it.
I don't need it just Orgasmo. Anything coming out of your mouth sounds just weird. Give me that mic. It's like
Thank you, Esteban. What?
this is actually what I like. You know what this movie made us? It made us talk about our childhood.
I got flamed the whole
Not your exactly, because you don't know what it feels like. This is our time, like in the Goonies. Okay, this is our time. The adults get to make fun of the kids. The kids always make fun of us, the adults. It's our time, goddammit. You don't know shit. You don't know about BMX bikes. You don't even know what it. Huh? Yo, baby Ruth's. Yo, what do you know about wanting a mongoose bike, man? What's up with that? Exactly.
You don't even know how,
What do you know about Max?
In 10 years,
if you're talking
he's going to be
bikes-
asking people what do they know about hoverboards. The first one.
Yeah, pretty. But no, wait. First of all, even him as an adult, he
busted my
can't
ass
even
on
say,
that thing.
"Oh, whoa, when I was a kid, hoverboards." No, when I was a kid, hoverboards. Goddammit, we were waiting for that shit.
Lewis,
And-
Lewis, this is the second time, and I
You
repeat,
upset that I
the
was a born in
second
this
time.
Hold on. What?
The second time that the viewers are listening to you, or I should say, the people that are listening now, have seen you emotional.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah. This is the
last
second
week
time.
they're trying to start a hashtag maybe. I'm getting emotional about things.
Yeah, he's getting very
Yes. Last week, if you guys listened to last week's episode, I got very emotional about our topic about remakes and creativity. So I recommend you listen to it if you haven't yet.
John likes when he gets emotional.
I do.
You know,
It makes that the best at him.
It does. The film watching experience always brings out the Lou in me. Or at least the one that makes me vent out, and I don't have to talk about movies the entire week. Makes me work better at, it's like, hey Lou, stop talking about movies. Get back to work, and now I can just talk about this and stay quiet at my job. I actually have been more efficient at my job. It's kind of hilarious. Because I vent every Sunday about movies, about watching movies. Yes, it's fucking good. And it's probably going to get me a promotion next month. He was like, Lou always talking about movies. Well, he's like, Lou don't talk nothing about movies no more. He just tells people, listen to my podcast. But yeah, no, this is what I like. This is actually what I... not grew up while doing this. When I started doing this when I was like 17 years old, and I said to myself, "This is the happiest moment that I'm always at when I'm sitting down talking about movies with people, talking, movies about people that maybe like what you said, Franz. You're not into it, but like you weren't familiarized with this kind of thing. Like what was it that you said earlier? I'm trying to remember. I'm sorry. In the beginning,
I didn't hate it. It's
No.
just, I wouldn't go out of my way to see it again.
Oh wow,
I didn't
really?
hate
Why?
it, but I just wouldn't go out of my way to see it again. If it's
Yeah.
on,
If
I'll
it
be
was
like-
on, you'd
if it's
watch it?
I would watch it because I'm like, oh yeah, I remember this. I want to see this again. But I
Cool.
probably
That means
would-
that this movie I
Yeah.
have served a purpose in showing
Yeah,
you this.
I didn't-
It wasn't.
yeah, it's not
It's
something I
not something
hate.
that you look for.
Yeah.
Like in terms of like me, I will be watching this yearly.
Yeah.
This is actually the second time I've seen it this year because it came out at the end of 2015. But yeah, it will be in my. I want to feel like I'm in 80s moment.
If
You know
it's
what I
on
mean? For me.
TV, I'll watch it. Yeah.
Yeah,
But I'm
cool,
not
and that's
gonna-
great.
yeah.
That means that you, in a way, you saw a good movie, a movie that you would say,
Yeah, I
you
didn't
would see.
hate it, yeah.
Can I ask you this? Because I'm gonna ask this to everybody, but I'm gonna start with you. If you were sitting around and you're looking for something to watch, with a group of other people, would you recommend this one?
No, I probably wouldn't recommend.
Probably wouldn't.
No.
Like, what would you do? You normally want to see something with other people that's new, or just like something that's like, in the standard area?
No, like if I would have recommend something, as Joe brought up before, I would recommend It Follows.
It
Just
Follows,
to,
yeah.
Just,
Like, I
just to
thought
get
it
other
was
people's opinions.
One of the
on
best
that
horror
movie.
movies I've seen in recent memory.
Yeah.
It Follows.
Yeah.
It Follows.
Watch
It
that
came
when you
out
get
with
a
that
chance.
came out last year too, right?
Yeah,
it was
came out last
2015.
year.
Yeah, when I saw it, I was like, oh man, I haven't seen a horror movie. I have not seen a horror movie that made me feel this way.
Yeah,
in so
and that's
long.
100%.
And there's nothing
original,
in
right?
it, Joe, you want to say something? Go ahead.
Well, let's say another one I forgot completely about was the Babadook. Have you seen that?
Oh yeah, dude, I fucking
That
have
was
that.
another good
yeah.
one. Completely forgot
It
about
brings.
the horror
It has
movie.
this like sense of like.
Franz, you don't like that movie,
Babadook, did you like it?
I feel like it was it played with your senses, and then at the end, it pretty much wasn't really.
You think it falls?
I felt like it was jerking me off, and then nothing ever happened.
Well, you didn't think It Follows did that? Hold on, no, France, real quick. You didn't think It Follows do that to you because do you feel that It Follows delivered for you? Do you feel that the movie It Follows delivered for you?
Yeah, because like it wasn't just a like one person sees it type of thing, because it started involving the surrounding characters. If you remember the movie,
Yeah.
it started involving the surrounding characters and in different settings, and now they're actually trying to fight it.
Okay.
Instead of just being haunted by it or being
Okay.
killed, So
Yeah.
I just felt like that movie, like
Because the ending to It Follows, it's very silent. If
Yeah.
you weren't watching it, then you weren't going to get it, or at least that kind of fear. Because I remember, I never.
still have questions, and I still want to hear other people's opinion of the movie.
You know what? Maybe when we'll have a horror real talk rant and not a watching movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, in October. I mean, are there more people here that has never seen it?
Also,
Yeah. You never seen it? Joe, you saw it? I'm pretty sure you did. Joe, you saw It Follows?
Pretty sure I did.
Yeah.
anybody ever see Cabin in the Woods?
Yeah, of course. Again,
That's
yeah,
another
it's
one.
Yeah.
You didn't see what was
Yeah,
coming
yeah.
until it turned into what it was.
That movie surprised me because there's a lot of shovelware. Like I said, horror movies is my favorite genre, but it's very hard to pick, you know, because I don't want to waste my time with 15 minutes of bullshit.
Same here. Same.
You know,
here,
so I'm the type of person.
You watch the freshest movie I've seen in a while. Though.
Yeah, no, Cabin in the Woods. That's what I'm saying.
So mad that took it off Netflix. That was one. Every time people come over, I put it on.
If more than 10 people tell me a horror movie is good, I watch it.
But you watch
Yeah, it has
movies.
to.
You watch movies at a different aspect than we do. You gotta
But
think
yeah, of
about
course,
that.
of course.
You know
But
what
that's
I'm
me.
saying?
But that's the reason why I have so many people here because I want, you know, that's so many different opinions about Turbo Kid. You know what I mean? Like everybody liked it. Franz even liked it, but he said only if it comes on TV is when I would ever watch it again. But he just also admitted that he wouldn't sit around with a whole bunch of other people and say, "Yo, I found this movie. I saw it with my boy. It's called Turbo Kid. Let's watch it."
He's disrespectful.
You know what I mean? He's not disrespectful. He just has an opinion, a well thought out opinion, and that's the only thing I accept. You could have told me this movie was trash. You didn't like The Brain, Gary. You didn't like The Brain, remember? But you had
Oh, that's different.
no, it's not different. But you didn't. It is not different because you didn't sit around. You didn't sit around saying that you hated it and then let everybody talk that did like it.
No, I didn't like The Brain.
Yo, you did, but you had a good reason why you not to like it. You did speak out your opinion.
Yeah, I did.
You know, that's what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? And, you know, and that's what this podcast is about, going back to it. I enjoy talking to people. I enjoy the different, like, you know, emotional things. You know? I mean, come on, Gary. You weren't up there with Vanessa when she saw Apple get shot, and she goes, no.
I was there.
You were there? Heartbroken?
I was here.
You would have been Turbo Kid holding him up?
I was here.
Think about apple pie.
Stop twice in the heart, but you're still breathing.
But, you know, and that's what...
as soon as Apple got shot, I put my Mac in boy.
Yo, man, that's just savage, man. That's your friend. She was a friendship model, not that kind of model. Come on now.
No, she ain't that kind of friend.
Y'all niggas ain't getting
Like Miss Marquis, man.
It was alright.
Yeah, but let me ask you this. Like 80s movies, at least that it used to do for me, when certain parts got emotional or when the heart of the film starts coming out, you get it not crying, but you get like this kind of like sadness, you know, and when... Especially it comes out when you're watching movies by yourself, like you can actually express yourself.
In this movie,
you know that you don't have to do it in front of other people.
In this movie,
No, yeah, you know, not real ones, but yes, this movie at times gave me man tears because
in
like
this
I said,
movie,
huh?
In this one,
yeah, because you know why? Because it's like I was saying to Vanessa before, Apple is that character that is optimistic in a place where you shouldn't be optimistic, and so when you get to really know why she is the way she is, you start to want to protect it. And I had that emotion as I was watching this movie. I wasn't necessarily Turbo Kid, but...
soft, son.
I do. I can get a little soft.
Soft.
The woman in me can come out.
I'm just playing. But
no, but like you didn't feel a little... Like, for instance, like, yeah, because you know I'm right. You felt it too when you were a kid, those movies. You know what I mean? Like, let me ask you this. You ever seen Goonies?
Love Goonies.
Yes, man. We love the Goonies. But think about the heart, like the thing about Sloth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Why I had a problem with Sloth because I had a neighbor that was like that. That's the only reason
why I had a neighbor that looked like Sloth.
What? Yo, fam, get disrespectful. This podcast can get real ugly right now.
No, I'm just saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Dude, if I went to his house, I'd be scared.
Not that I knew somebody that looked like Sloth. I knew somebody that had a disability.
Okay.
So I understood, like, you got to accept people for who they are. Only because they...
Of course.
You get what I'm saying?
But this is what I'm trying to tell you. Did you feel sorry for him, like when he lift up the rocks and the kids are going out of the cave, and he obviously couldn't fit and he drops the rock? You weren't feeling that when you're hearing Chunk going like, "No, come back." Yes, thank you. Everybody knows what's going on.
You said, did I feel it? No.
You didn't feel nothing. You know, where is your
This
heart,
man's
man?
heartless.
Don't be a heartless man. Be a heartful man. Do you know what scene I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know exactly.
And
what
that
scene
you
you're
felt
talking about.
nothing. Did you think he was coming back? You can't expect that he was coming back, Gary.
Nah, I didn't.
It's fine. It's fine. Keep watching movies with me. I will bring it out of you. I'm like your movie. I'm like your movie watching therapist. I will make you cry. You know what I want you to do?
No, I'm not trying to cry, but I'm just saying, like, I just feel like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everything gotta take it for the team, so like.
Well, let me ask you. Will, okay, what about you? What did you?
That nigga Will was crying.
Will, Did you feel any kind of an emotional attachment to Apple when she was getting, you know?
I mean, Gary, you're right. I was crying, man. For real. For real. I'm still emotionally upset about it when she died, man.
Am I the only one here that has to thank Vanessa for feeling emotional about Apple? Come on. When she got her head taken off, when she got shot, especially when she got shot. Huh? Yeah, she was right to die, man. Come on.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to speak up. Franz, you need to hold the mic.
Okay. What about you, John? You're probably the most man emotional person here, right? Like, you know, emotional like me. Did you feel emotionally attached to Apple?
Yes.
To be honest, like don't
I
be
did,
like
I did.
You
No,
did because you have a heart
honest.
like me. I know we watch movies like the same kind of way.
No, like Vanessa could tell you.
I was invested into her. I was invested into her character.
Oh yeah.
I'm a very emotional person when it comes to watching movies. I'm not lying either.
Good.
Yeah.
You know, because that's the reason we watch what we watch and why we watch them. You know what I mean?
I'm
we gotta love
serious.
those people.
No, like I felt that. I
Yeah.
felt what you felt. I'm not lying.
Good. Let me ask you this, Franz. Are you an emotional person, or like do you get emotionally attached to the movie characters when you're watching something?
I mean, there's been like a few movies that brought
Yeah, that give you that
tears.
emotion, like you put it there. No, I mean, I know you're gonna say no, but were you emotionally attached a little bit to Apple's character? So like meaning like when you saw the bad things happen to her, or Turbo Kid going to like save her life.
I felt more worse for Turbo Kid than her.
Why?
Because since he's like the human and he actually has the more real emotion.
All right, well, yo, fuck that shit. I'm gonna call you bullshit on that. You're gonna tell me you didn't feel sorry for Johnny Five in Short Circuit when he was getting beat down? You gonna tell me you wasn't feeling nothing, you heartless bastard?
I gotta be honest. I felt bad for that too.
Yo, I will say it. I will
By the
call it
way,
right here.
our Johnny Five is not here as well.
Emotional moment right now. You put on that movie right now, you put on that scene right now, I will fucking tear right on the spot. I will fucking man tear. Real ones too. Come on. Yo, when real ones too. Come on, when that guy took the axe and he hit him on his battery and it looked like blood and it splurted on the guy's thing and he's just like, oh shit.
I'm about to YouTube it right now.
The
I'm about to YouTube it right now.
No, you don't. No, don't YouTube it. Don't YouTube it. Please, God, no.
I want to see the.
Yo, that's horrible. You know what movie I'm talking about, right, Franz? Of course. Short Circuit 2.
What about, you ever see Batteries Not Included? The little one.
Don't get me there, bro. Don't get me there. Don't get me there. With the one that got hit with a bat?
The one that when they...
There's only two?
The one that got hit with a bat.
Was there only two movies?
Huh? There were two Short Circuit movies, yes.
Oh, okay.
But they you know what scene I'm talking about when they destroy it because Johnny Five witnessed them steal something, money?
I don't remember the scene.
Oh, dude, you should go
saw it
home
when I was
and
a kid, yeah.
YouTube that moment. No, but you gotta experience it by yourself.
No, I've seen the movie. It's just I don't remember.
You gotta watch it again because you know why? You cheer for that remote control part of his fucking machine to bring those two airplanes and save him. Okay, that is emotional. That is Lou-motional. That is Lou-motional. That will bring. Yo,
right
Vanessa, do you know what scene I'm talking about? Do you know what movie I'm talking about? Johnny Five Alive. Oh my God.
Yep.
Just no, but you gotta watch part 1 and part 2 because then you get emotionally involved with Johnny Five. Okay. Short Circuit, Vanessa, real quick. Short Circuit. What it's about? It's about a war machine. You know that the government built, and one of them gets struck by lightning. The lightning, when it strikes him, makes him alive.
It's like Pinocchio.
Like that, and like Frankenstein.
Oh,
It's a baby and it's learning, but it's alive. Though it's a machine, it gave it life, emotional and everything. To the point, yes, he was number 5. He was the 5th robot of a line of assembly. Short Circuit, that's why it's called. It's one of the most heartful 80s movies with a machine that you can ever love. And that's why I love Apple, because like Johnny Five and other robots that you can love from the 80s that, when they get killed off or when they blow up to save the person, like I'm gonna bring it back. Monster Squad. Did you ever see Monster Squad?
Nah.
It's like the action Goonies movie, but with the monsters. You got Frankenstein, Dracula, Werewolf Man, and when Frankenstein leaves at the end of that movie, you feel it. Franz, you're nodding at Monster Squad. Did you see the Monster Squad when you grew up?
I think I did see it, but that's not a memorable movie for me.
Yeah. Well, there's a scene like where Frankenstein leaves and, you know, the little girl's crying that she left. Yo, I'm talking about a little emotional, man. You put that movie on right now, you put that scene on, I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry. Man tears. It's going to come down. You don't want to see that.
My man tears.
Huh?
7 pounds.
The movie 7 pounds. It made you that emotional.
The movie.
Yo, that's savage.
The movie 7 pounds. The movie 7 pounds. That's one of them that like gets the
Willie got you
the
all
water
upset.
rising above the eye.
Hey guys, you get the little gloss. You get the little gloss. There has been times when my girlfriend looks at me when I'm watching certain movies, and she's staring at me like, yo, why are you staring at me, yo? Don't stare at me. But I see your eyes, they got all glossy. It's like literally I could watch a TV off of your eyes right now. And I'm like, yo.
It's windy in here.
Let's watch a sad movie with Lou.
You can, I would do
Boy.
it. Oh, dude. Okay. How about this? Would you guys want to watch a serious movie that I actually cry at? I do. Not cry.
I don't know if I want.
I
don't know if I want to see my family
But the thing is
cry,
that. But this is the thing. The only way that the tears are gonna come out is if everybody's quiet. Everybody got to watch a serious movie.
See,
but if you watch it, if you start doing something, I'm not gonna cry. I'm just gonna laugh.
I don't know if I want the live reaction video posted.
You know who did that? Kevin Smith did that for a scene that he watched in The Flash because he watches The Flash, and there's a scene because in The Flash, Barry Allen lost his mother. And there's a scene where they go to an alternate universe and his mother's alive. Kevin Smith recorded himself that scene where he speaks to his mother from another Earth and he's able to hear her alive. You know what I mean? Spoilers, I'm sorry. But he sees her and he's having an emotional moment because he hasn't heard his mother in like forever. He lost his mom when he was a kid and here's a grown man. He's in another universe and he's speaking to his mother that's alive in that universe. So he gets that emotional moment and you're seeing a video of Kevin Smith crying while he's watching that movie. And maybe you should do that to me because I'll do it. I'll fucking do it. But the only way that it'll work, is that one, you can't stare at me when the scenes are coming out.
I don't know if I want to see my felons cry, man.
Gary, two, no jokes. You gotta chill with the jokes because it ain't gonna come out. It ain't the man tears ain't gonna come out. I'm just gonna laugh with you when the jokes come out. I have a man's romantic comedy movie that you can watch. It's not funny, but it is wholesome. It's called The Terminal with Tom Hanks. Yes. You will play that movie and trust me, it will come out. It will come out. It will come out. But can anybody admit to anything right now? Like you just said, Franz said 7 pounds gets his little man tears come out. John, do you have one?
I'll throw in a few actually.
Yeah, name one. Name one.
Marley and Me.
Marley and Me? Oh, that poor dog.
Yeah.
Aw.
I haven't watched it.
Yeah, that got me.
Vanessa, you have one?
No, I'm talking about the.
Yeah.
That one, I know what you're talking about.
This is true story.
Yeah. Wait. Oh, yeah. Well, you'll get to you. Yeah. Go. So go to Joe real quick. Joe, do you have any movie that you can say that right now you pop it in, you get a little like, you know?
I always cry when Casper dies at the end of Kids because he's getting AIDS.
That's just grimy.
What?
No,
Yo,
stop
Jenny,
fucking her.
it's me, Casper.
Oh. No, for real, you got one? You got one? You know what's funny? I saw Kids in theaters. That's how old I am. But anyway.
I wasn't allowed to.
That
Yeah. You gotta think of one.
I can think of. I mean, I get it.
But you said to yourself.
I get connected to movies. And
You
everything,
said you said battery's not included, so you know where we're
Yeah,
going with it.
yeah.
Battery's not
Big old
included.
black guy
When
or
that's when that Puerto Rican took when the Puerto Rican took the bat and destroyed him, and then the kind of like slow person in that movie, he took it and he was like fixing it. You know what I mean? Like, yo, you were like, yeah, the boxer, yo, oh my God, heart all over the place in that movie. You know, Steve, what about you? You got a man tear? Come on, you had to grow up once or something. Oh, come on, be a man, admit your tears.
I'm trying to think the last time I had a man tear. I would think maybe Pursuit of Happiness.
The Pursuit of Happiness, yeah, I can see that. Everybody talks about whoever watches it when the scene when he gets the job, right? That's when everybody says, like,
holy shit.
let me ask you this: would you have ever been so happy for a guy to get a job in your entire life? But okay, go ahead, Vanessa, please.
I Am Sam.
I am. Oh my God, I remember that stuff.
Was in tears.
That was pretty sad.
Tears.
Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it.
If I watch that now, I'll just cry.
Yeah, I like that. Steve already said. Will,
You
is
put
there
your
a
hands
movie
up
that
to
you
your
couldn't-
father like that, John?
No, you good? Will, can you name a movie that you would admit that you actually have man tears for? It's got to be something.
I honestly gotta agree with Steve. Pursuit of Happiness might have been the one.
Yeah, we get that
'cause,
job,
like,
huh?
Yeah, when he gets it, I was like,
Yeah,
damn.
yeah. Oscar, how about you?
Damn, I don't know.
Yeah, isn't that something that maybe you've watched? Not even in recent memory, like anything that you remember watching that got you super emotional and be like, you know what, you need to turn this movie off.
I got it.
What do you got?
What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
What's Eating Gilbert Grape? That's a good one.
I had
That's a good one.
Oh, wait. You gotta
Leonardo
understand.
DiCaprio, right?
Yeah, but the one part, I had man tears of laughter.
Oh.
That's trying to play it safe.
To be a real man.
That's
Real quick.
That's when you cancel it out. That's
Real quick. Real quick. So, all right. What about you, real quick, before we go to Gary? Vivian, do you have one? Do you have one real quick? I just want to tell you. She just came on, this girl named Vivian. And all I want to do is just ask her one question. Is there a movie that you can remember ever watching that if you ever watch it again, that you know that the tears come down? Can you just name a movie?
All right, fine. I'm the hidden person, right?
Yeah.
All right. To be honest, The Lion King.
Yeah. No, that's a good one. Look at her. She's crying already. She's crying now just talking about it. When Mufasa dies, huh? Gets you. It gets you. What about you, Gary, to save the best for last? What is the movie that makes this handsome young man here want to bring out the tears? Come on, you got to have something. Yeah, when your boy's running, when he's swinging. Yo, I don't know about crying, but I do remember saying, dude, that got to happen to me. Why? Because what did he get after the crying? He smashed real hard. You cry like a man, you're going to get smashed.
I really don't know.
Come on.
It has to happen.
You were a child once. Yeah, but can you name the movie that did that for you?
No, I can't.
He said Baby Boy.
Baby. That movie made me cry that it was made.
I can't really think of
Bullshit.
one.
Here, I got one that everybody, I was expecting maybe like the obvious answer, but you're gonna tell me that nobody kind of like had an emotional moment with Titanic.
Dude, I laughed.
Oh, come on,
Of course.
bullshit.
Of course.
Hell no.
Of course.
What?
Absolutely.
The part when
Wait,
here's a couple of scenes. I'm gonna call a couple of scenes. Right?
I remember that point too.
And she's like,
I want you to draw me like I cried for that part. I want you to draw me like one of your models. Oh yeah, yo! I know what's coming. No. Here's a couple of scenes. That I know that people. Come on, you got to say the oh no, I can't believe this happened. Leonardo DiCaprio's Italian friend that he got trapped.
No.
I didn't do anything.
It definitely, I felt it, but I was never like
No, not tears, but you weren't. But they weren't coming. Maybe get a glossy in the eyes.
I felt sad.
It's just the awe and kept it moving.
The whole movie made me sad.
What about the scene where the married old couple is in bed, and the water?
I didn't cry.
No,
we saw that movie when it came out.
Yeah, you saw it in theaters.
Yeah.
Nice. But how old were you guys in '97? My God.
I was
18.
I was 9.
I was
turning 9. Turning 9.
Yeah. Huh. Wow. Here's another scene when whatchamacallit, Leonardo DiCaprio, they're trying to get on the board, and she was like, "We don't fit." Like, come on, that ain't doing it.
No.
When he was frozen.
No,
I
was pissed. She
I'm
fucking
getting
let go.
on that thing.
I was like, wow, that's fucked up.
Wow. Okay, I stand corrected. What about you, John?
No, that one. Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah, come on, man. The movie
that one
made the
scene-
music for you to cry.
No, that one scene at the very end when the ship was sinking and the band was playing for the
Oh,
was
yeah,
the
and they
last
kept
time.
playing. Come
I was
on.
in there playing.
You gotta have that emotional part. You know what part I'm talking about, Vanessa? Where the band stopped playing,
yeah.
and then they said, "Fuck it, we're gonna keep playing."
Yeah.
Come
At
on,
the
that
very-
ain't doing nothing.
There were definitely moments in the movie where it did get me, but I didn't cry.
What about the scene where the guy, the crewman that has the gun and he's telling everybody to step back, and as he's doing that, he accidentally shoots someone,
I just
and then he just like said, "Yo, fuck this shit," and he killed himself. Do you remember that scene?
Stupid.
I felt fucking bad for him, yo.
Yeah, no, I felt
because he accidentally sued someone because he got pushed and this gun went off and hit him.
No, I felt bad a lot of times.
Jesus Christ, we need to break out your tears, man.
Yeah.
I got movies.
When I was a kid, I cried at Mighty Joe Young.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about, Steve. I like that. Mighty Joe Young, baby. Got to put it just like that, man. That's great, yo.
What about that one scene where they show like when the water was coming in and you see like the. No, I'm serious. Like I was gonna say, man. Like I really cried in that movie. Like,
I did too. It's
like,
made
hard.
to cry. The
Titanic.
movie is a universal movie to make people like not cry, but like get you into that emotional state where you don't want to be, but you can't help it because there's a lot of fucked up shit happening. So go ahead. What scene? What was it?
No, where you see like the people that are still like in their beds because they know they're gonna die.
The old couple.
Yeah.
It's like the one I said. Yeah, that shit gets it, man. My heart will go on, baby.
It's been 84 years.
But I think that this podcast has come to a close. I think we've already cried too much for Apple.
Not yet.
Not yet. Do we need to watch the movie again so you can feel sorry for her? Gary, I will get you there. I will, as a movie watching thing, I will get you there because everybody here.
I'm not gonna lie, I've teared up on some things, but I don't remember the names. I don't remember.
You gotta remember the names.
No, I really don't remember. But
we, as movie watching people, have to make sure that our listeners are informed with what we have. So, based on so we if we can pick out, like, are we gonna pick the movie Rad? Watch a movie in VHS, get that old feeling back, or do you want to bring the Man Tears movie?
VHS would be cool.
A man romantic movie.
Bring them both.
Yeah, let's see.
I say VHS, but I don't know about Raz. Has to be something else.
We don't even know if he's gonna be
That's
here.
the only thing. The reason why I say VHS is because, believe it or not, that movie's not out on DVD.
Really?
Yes, it's not. I'm still waiting for it.
Oh wow.
I don't give a fuck if it's on DVD.
Rad?
Yeah, it's not on DVD. The only way that you can buy it is literally ripped from a VHS. I have a VHS. I don't need to fucking buy the VHS
You were
version.
saying you wanted to watch Dances with Wolves, right?
Dances with Wolves?
No. Cries to that.
Didn't you?
You cried to Dances with Wolves? That's a movie to cry about.
Cried at Mulan also.
Yeah, and Pocahontas. But I think we've talked way too much about movies.
Franz
today.
cried to Honey, I Shrunk the Heads, right?
Honey, I Shrunk the Heads? Oh my God, no. I think that on Gary's side, somebody needs to take the mic away from him and say that the show is over.
Bye.
But so why don't we do the Terminal? What do you guys think? Let's see if men. That's the reason why this show exists. So I can make you watch the movies that you normally wouldn't watch. You know what I'm saying? So please be a team player and show up the next time, if you can. Hopefully next week I can see you again. So and everybody else that's here, I hope you guys enjoyed yourself. What happened, John?
No, for Franz, it's not guaranteed. Nothing's guaranteed
we'll see.
with Franz.
We'll see.
There'll be cake.
I have three. I actually have three different kinds of movies. One, I have, like I said, we could watch Rad, and get that 80s thing again. But this time the movie's made in the 80s, so it should make you feel that way. The second one is The Terminal, the man romantic movie, and the third one we could just go straight up to Freaky, and I could just show you Mulholland Drive.
Mulholland Drive.
Yeah.
What is that
I
about?
haven't seen it though.
It's one of David Lynch's films. So
What's the genre of the film?
I can't tell you. I don't do that.
You're killing me.
Yeah. It's a drama.
Oh, okay.
It's a drama.
Zona said if we can watch
it's a drama with questions on top of questions on top of questions. Now, John and Oscar, they were here to watch the movie Blue Velvet, which is also one of his movies. They just watched that for the first time, and they were blown away. They were blown away. So I want to. Would you be interested in watching something that you literally don't know where the hell it's going? I'm talking about. Yes, it's literally why the show is called What the Hell Did We Just Watch? Because Blue Velvet is one of those movies of like, what the fuck is that? I mean, you guys had a little bit of it. You're like, what the hell? Why is Apple so freaking happy? Why is she so like, into his space? And what's up with Zeus and all that stuff and all the gore and all that stuff? It's the shock value. Now, I kind of like want to do the same thing with this movie. So it's just a question. Like maybe after the show, we'll just decide and you just let me know.
Lou, do you feel like you lose out being that you've seen these movies before everybody else?
Oh, hell no. I get a fucking kick you are here out of your own free will.
Yeah.
I ask you, I have a movie, you want to watch it, what is it about? Don't worry about it, sit down and watch it. You said, okay. Disclaimer, you signed it in your contract.
Yeah. No, I'm saying one day you should do that, though, for yourself.
To watch a movie with you guys that I've never seen?
Yeah.
You're like, go to the movie theaters.
I mean, we could try that. I usually, like, for instance, Turbo Kid, I never saw it. I watched it by myself. Usually when I don't watch
Wait,
something.
you didn't see it before?
Turbo Kid, yes, I saw it before. But I saw it by myself. Usually when I watch something new, I like watching it by myself. If people are talking, I'm not going to be into it. I'm being straight up honest.
Oh, Gary? Yeah.
Yeah, like, I'm just being straight up honest. That's how I watch. But this is a group thing, so like as a group, and then you get to experience watching a movie as a group. You guys pay attention enough because every movie that I've shown that you guys are watching. Yeah. I see your eyes are on the screen. So I'm doing my job right. Hopefully, you know what I mean. So and that's something that actually I have to thank all of you, and thank all of you in the podcast world that are listening to my show and you want to watch the movies that I'm talking about. But yes. So, in closing, I want to thank everybody, for watching Turbo Kid. I hope to see you again the next time we actually watch a movie again, or maybe I'll have you guys on a real talk rant. But I think that I can say I'm the Lumotional, Luis Vargas. You can listen to my show on iTunes, SoundCloud, YouTube, Google Play Music. You can follow, comment, like, share, Facebook.com/WhatTheHellpcast, Twitter.com/TheHellpcast, Instagram.com/WhatTheHellpcast. You can even search for me on YouTube, subscribe to me there. You can even listen to me on SoundCloud, subscribe to me there. Comment, like, share, do what you gotta do. Tell me what movies that you want me to watch or talk about. That'll be great. Guys, you pick something for me. Anyway.
You gotta stump them.
Yes, exactly. Stump me, goddammit. Finally, I said something that made him laugh so hard. But you got all my credentials where you need to follow me, where you need to comment, where you like to share, and all this and that. But in closing, so I'm the Lumotional, Luis Vargas, and who else we got?
What's up, world? It's Will. It's been a pleasure.
Old Town is out.
Nah, man.
Who said that? Everybody could have said "nah, me."
God said that.
Oh, that's right.
God.
All right.
Disembodied voice.
Yes. The old blood brother.
Oh, with the talk back.
Yes. The Red Cross, of course. Yes. This is France. We out.
You guys already know it's the not so good looking John.
Robin Williams. Knuckles.
Vanessa.
This is Joe, and San's not here because it's past his bedtime.
Yeah, pretty much. He's got to go. He's got school tomorrow.
And Don Esteban.
And I think that's it. We got ourselves a show. So I just got one thing to say. Peace out, yo.
Peace out, y'all.
We out, boy.
Boy.
Goodbye.